What's your take on something as simple as returning a grocery cart? It's 99.7 DJX.
Well, you should do it.
Yeah,
So that's one thing. You should always return the groceries because it's annoying if it's like in a parking space and then you can't pull into that space because there's a cart in the way, right? Or it can ding someone's car. Just put it back.
I've always been able to, or at least me personally, I think, okay, you can kind of tell a little bit the character of that person if they return a cart. And before I get too deep into this, just on the surface, it's like, okay, there's no rule against returning carts. It's not something you have to do. It's not something that, is you're fined if you don't do, but it's just good to do. So
I've never seen somebody just leave a cart in the middle of the parking lot and go away and drive off.
Well,
I've
there
never
are
seen
plenty
that. I
in
see everybody
parking
return
lots.
the carts.
Well, there are plenty in parking lots that are like that. So obviously people are doing that.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where there's no rule against it, but it's just the good thing to do. And anymore,
It's kind of courteous. It's helpful.
Well, most places have those cart returns.
The cart corrals, yeah.
In the actual parking lot. So it's not even like you got to walk it all the way up to the front of the store.
And I'll be honest, I choose to park close by one of those. So it'll be a quick little, doop, there it is. And I don't have to walk clear across the parking lot to go return it.
All right. So that being said, here's Leslie's hot take on it.
I'm not returning my shopping cart.
And
Leslie.
she'll explain.
And you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're going to give me a dirty look,
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so she's got young kids and she is afraid to leave them in the car for a second to return the cart.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so are there people that understand that point?
Well, she explained later that she doesn't believe women should be shamed into returning their shopping carts if they don't feel the parking lot is A, safe for them or safe for their children. So that was her point that was missed on that. It just sounded like, okay, I'm carting around little kids. I don't want to leave them in an empty car while I go return my cart, or I don't want to try to take them out of the cart and walk with them through the parking lot to try to get to my car. So, I mean, in a sense, I kind of understand what she's saying.
Okay, but I would still argue then park closer to the corral.
Well, what if she can't?
Well, there's lots of cart corrals. In most of the stores that I go to, there are many. There are many. And you can park like a couple of cars, away. Typically, I've been pretty successful any time of day that I go to the store, and I'm able to do that, and it's not a long walk.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I guess the internet is kind of divided on her take.
Yeah.
Some like lashing out, as the internet always does.
Sure. Because there's no good place to put it if are you just going to put it right next to another car as you pull out and leave? And then you run the risk of like the wind blowing that into a car, or it's blocking somebody's way and someone else has got to move it.
Right.
Yeah. I understand her kid's safety, but I somehow survived when my kids were really little going to the store with them.
Well, then there it is. If Kelly can do it.
I'm just saying.
And look at all of
I figured out a way to do that.
The hurdles that Kelly has to go through in life.
It can be done.
If she can do it.
If I can do it, then you can too,
Leslie. If that is your real name.
Anyways, I get it. There are people, there are really shady people, but just be aware of the surroundings. Like look around and make sure the coast is clear. And hopefully you park close enough to the corral. It's just like a little boop, zip it in there, and there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Kirk's chiming in on text and saying, I understand what she's saying, but she's just probably getting backlash because of how she said it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he says, Chad says, do what Kelly said, park close to the cart return. So it's quick and easy. And she can have an eye on the car. I mean, Leslie's privileged and entitled life is showing.
Wow. I mean, not every place has easy access to the cart return.
No, I feel like they do. A lot of them are really good about that.
Mm-hmm.
There are many. If you look for them, there are many.
All right. Well, Leslie, your argument falls on deaf ears.
I will just suggest that. I'll put that in your suggestion box, Leslie. Just try to park closer to a cart corral.
If you want to hear her swear-induced little Instagram reel, we'll post that.
That doesn't help. She's aggressive.
We'll post that on X at Ben and Kelly Show.